Hey there! So scheduling the film shoot for Professor Tom Foolery Saves the Planet continues. This is day 2, maybe day 3 really, working on that. And this morning, very early before I went off to record the podcast for entrepreneurs, I started looking for locations because in addition to scheduling it, I had to figure out where we're going to film all these places. So this morning at 6 o'clock in the dark morning, I was in a little town called Brownsville, which is, it's got buildings from the early 1900s. It looks like it dates back to the 1880s, 1870s, the right time period for when this movie is taking place. And there is one doorway entrance that I would like to use in the film. Now the tricky part is on that particular day, I need also an interior, and that particular building would not have a suitable interior. So I don't know if it's going to be worth going to Brownsville, which is 30 minutes from Eugene, which is where my actors are, and 30 minutes from where I live in the mountains. So the debate that comes up here for scheduling, this is part 2, is the locations. So here on our schedule sheet, which you saw that I printed out yesterday, I added over here in the far column locations. By the way, you'll also notice that I added another character. I've written in a character of the butler. It's got a line or two, and the butler is being played by our production designer because I wanted to give him a little bit of camera time as well for the wonderful work that he's doing. We had a meeting today with the production designer, and we now have the new font, which I'm showing you right here, for Professor Tom Foolery, which production designer Chris is going to be using in all of the posters, and we're also going to be using these fonts inside the film itself. Not just in the titles, but also it's going to be on the signs for the cities and for the newspaper office and for the gentleman's club and things like that. Anyway, but trying to figure out locations. So the tricky part, if you look over here on this, is I figured out where the locations are, what the scenes are, and then I created another spreadsheet, which I've got right up here for you. And now the problem is dealing with where do the actors live? Where's their home base? Because half my actors are in Portland and half my actors are in Eugene, which is 2 hours apart from each other. And I really hate for actors to drive 2 hours to go to another location if it's possible to film, in fact, closer to where their home base is. So let me explain the details of the predicament. So if we look at the very first day, which is the 16th of January, there's a scene that involves 5 actors who will be filming that day. And so we've got Tom, which happens to be me. We have the character Fox, played by an actor named Walter. Walter's great. We have a character played by Harriman, played by Philip. Philip's wonderful. We have a character Fulton, that's being played by Michael. Michael is flying in from San Antonio, and I'm thrilled to death that he's doing it, and he's covering his own plane ticket, which is really awesome. And then we have a character named Parker, and Parker is an actor who is in Eugene. Walter and Philip are in Portland. So I have to make a decision here, who's going to make the drive. So I decided, because there are going to be more actors in Portland, instead I'm going to look for this location to be in Portland. If you jump down all the way down to the 28th of January, you'll notice that that scene is for the interior lab, and I've got it scheduled for Eugene, and the actors working that is Fox, that happens to be Walter again, and also Alex, and then I'm in it. Now, Alex is a Portland actor, Walter's a Portland actor, I'm in it. The tricky part is that Walter, who's playing Fox, does not have a car, and he doesn't have a driver's license. So the only way that I can get him in a shoot that's happening in Eugene is to make sure that it's a day when somebody else is going to be driving down from Portland to carry him down to Eugene. Otherwise we would wind up having to film that in Portland. But if you'll notice the day right behind that, on the 29th, once again we're in the same location, and if I were to put that up in Portland, well, Amos and I are both more in Eugene area, so it means that we would be driving up to Portland. So scheduling continues, and the hunt for locations begins. I have a month to find all the places that we're going to be filming. I want to give a special shout out, by the way. Thank you very much, very much, to both Alan and Damon. Thank you for your contributions to the movie. The actors appreciate it, and on their behalf and on my behalf as well, I cannot thank you enough. So thank you. Once again, it's going to cost a bit of change to make this movie, and all the support that you can give us to support the actors and the production designer and the music person and our costumer and so forth would really be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.